Hey, it's Joe Barnes from the Screw the System channel, and I'm here today to tell you a story. This story is about how I came across this book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, and how it ended up changing my life. Now, I first discovered this book back in 2001 while I was at university. At the time, I had some exams to take and I didn't really digest it, didn't really think a whole lot of it, read it, thought it was good, but then just put it away. However, a year later, in my final year at university, I came back to it. Now, this time was under very different circumstances. At that point in my life, I was very desperate because I was thinking about what I was going to do once I left university, and I was at a bit of a crossroads. Just to give you some context, I was studying politics and I hadn't enjoyed it at all. I'd had a miserable time and I didn't really want to keep repeating this cycle, doing something. I didn't know why I was doing it. There was no meaning behind it. I mean, people had told me I needed to go to university to get a degree so I could get a good job and earn lots of money, but that wasn't really deep enough for me. I didn't understand why, and I didn't now want to go leave university and do some career which I wasn't interested in. I didn't want that to be my life for 40 years, repeating this cycle of doing things and not knowing why I'm doing it beyond obviously making money. So I was quite desperate this time because I couldn't really come up with many ideas about what I was going to do after university. But the one idea I did hit upon was being a hypnotherapist. But when I presented this to different people, careers advisors and my parents, they shattered my dreams because they told me it wasn't going to be possible. Look, there's no way it's going to happen that a 23-year-old, 22-year-old kid is going to be able to make a living from hypnotherapy. You just better can that idea and look at becoming a lawyer or working in a corporation or something like that, something I wasn't inspired in. Anyway, so when I heard these negative voices from people who whose opinion I thought a lot of and who I saw as authority figures, I was felt very much in a desperate situation. I felt like my dreams had been crushed, basically. And in this desperate state, I said a prayer. And it seems odd because I wasn't then and I'm still not now part of any kind of religion. I may have spiritual beliefs, but I don't believe in Christianity or Islam or anything. I don't follow those religions, but yet I was saying a prayer. And I was saying a prayer along the lines of get me out of here, show me some kind of sign, change my life somehow. And amazingly, the very next day, I pulled this book out of my shelf cabinet at home and started to read it. Now this time the message really sunk in. It was really quite incredible. I think I probably read it in about 4 days, and as I was going through the pages, this positive feeling just welled up inside me. Because it was the first time in my whole entire life that somebody said to me, or a book that something had said to me, you can have the life you want. Now, isn't that crazy? That I could go 22 years, and I'm sure that many of you go more amount of time than that, not being told that you can have everything you want from life. Usually the message is, well, you can have some happy days, you can have a little bit of happiness, but you're going to have to put up with a whole lot of crap as well. You're never going to be happy all the whole time. That's the message that even our parents might tell us. Anyway, when I heard this from this book, or read this, that I could have the life I wanted, it was like, refreshing, I think, refreshing for my soul and my spirit to hear it. And I read it, as I said, in 4 days, and from that point on, really, my life changed. It was an incredibly slow progression. I don't want to give you the wrong impression that I read the book and my life changed instantly. We're talking decades-long progression and change, but from that point on, it changed. I just want to read a section to you from the book right now, if I can find it. And again, this is what the author is called Joseph Murphy, and he actually quotes sections from the Bible. And as I said, I'm not a Christian at all, but I'm open-minded enough to take on board the useful knowledge that could be contained in the Bible and possibly other religious books as well. So he's constantly quoting little sections from the Bible and explaining them. You never got this in your religious studies class at school. You never got it broken down for you like this. And some of the things really make sense. Anyway, I'll read it to you. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. That's from Phil 4.8. So the message really from there and the whole book is it's all about your thinking and what you're thinking about on a daily basis. And if you can control your thinking, and as the quote just said, think only of good things, then big changes will occur in your life. But these thoughts have to sink into your subconscious for the magic to really happen. There has to be some kind of emotional connection between your thoughts and your feelings. If you're just sort of sitting there thinking, you know, I'm amazing, or I can do this, I'm fantastic, and it's having no emotional response in your body, then that's not sinking into your subconscious. The thoughts you have, and this is where the trick is, this is where the training comes in, the days and days, the months and months, the years of messing around with your mind really and experimenting, of finding ways to get an emotional connection with your subconscious through your thinking. Then you see the dramatic results. Anyway, so I've told you a little bit about my story and how I came across this book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I greatly recommend you purchasing a copy and reading it. It's simple, it's easy to understand, it's effective. The advice takes a lot of practice. It's not a quick fix, but if you invest the time, it will change your life. So I hope you've enjoyed my story or found it useful. If you have any questions for me, by all means, put them in the comments section below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.